Here we go. Okay, John, so you have kind of a unique story in all of this because most of the people I talk to aren't working or they're working at home. And you still, and you've taken advantage of this whole situation by making your office at work into a makeshift gym, which is pretty cool. So when switching over, when you know, obviously it's about 3 weeks in now, which is pretty crazy to think about. But when we had to make the pivot, when we switched over to from the normal brick and mortar gym membership to all online, what were you hoping to gain? What have you gained, and how's that kind of changed everything?
So in terms of gain, I was just hoping I had made so much progress with the individual program on a day-to-day that you had me on. So I was like proud of like everything that I had, accomplished going into like my trip to Utah, but then coming back out of it. And then all this started to happen. I was like, oh no, I'm going to lose all that progress. And now I'm going to have to start from zero and I don't have any weights. So the fact that I was already on the program with you was like super beneficial because you could still keep me in check, which is like the number one thing why I wanted to be on the program with you. And now with this, how everything has changed, it's helped me still stay, you still keep a certain level of fitness, maybe not the same as I would have in the gym. But now that you guys have loaned the weights out back to me, now, my body's like, oh, that's that same old feeling. So it's helped me just be a lot more adaptable to my fitness routine and just stay close to my overall end goals without dropping too far off of that in the long term.
That makes sense. And then, because you've been doing the individual design with me for a couple of months, and that's been pretty awesome. And so that transition from, because you were already on True Coach, and so that was like it was like, all right, well, I already know this, and we can knock things out just in a little bit more creative manner. How have you adjusted to the body weight and everything, all that stuff, all the different kinds of workouts? Do you feel like you've gained stability in certain areas, or what do you think about the more body weight? Plus now we have some dumbbells and some things, but it's certainly not exactly the same.
It's been an adjustment. So you'd think it'd be a lot easier, but in fact it's not. So the first difficulty is I have to YouTube every one of the movements just to see what the heck it is. That's fun, but once you get accustomed to that, then it's just a different type of challenge, which I like, because I was like, okay, if I'm going to take a month or so away from like heavy lifting, then this is how I want to do it, because my body will react and kind of change in different ways if I'm just using body weight type movements. And I've enjoyed it because I can feel the increased stability, and like I was having back issues and like hip issues that I've been telling you about. It helps stabilize like certain muscles around certain problem areas. So I think in the long term, when we do go back to the gym, it's going to be super beneficial that I helped like kind of train different new muscles and tendons and such. For sure. No, that makes a lot of sense, because you've battled some injury and mobility stuff for a while. So this is a really good opportunity to hammer down on that stuff and just kind of, I've been talking to a lot of people. We're basically bulletproofing everybody at the gym. When they come back, they're going to feel super weak, but they're going to be super stable from the core and everything else. And plus all of the weird stuff and creative stuff that we've been able to kind of go, hey, there's a Russian baby maker. What the hell is that? Yes. Oh my God, I've been on YouTube so long. I was like, I can't even start because I got to YouTube everything first.
That's right. And now everybody's having to learn new stuff, which is pretty cool. Then we can kind of integrate that back into, and everybody's going to have a wider range of things and options. There's been a lot of people that have really taken to the individual design that you were on, but also this online realm where there's a lot more consistency in a lot of people who might have not been consistent before. You've obviously taken to this, you were already consistent, but that has been a struggle in the past for you. As it is for a lot of people, but who do you think would benefit the most, or what kind of people would really take to this kind of online service long-term?
Gotcha. So I think I just related back to like what I was going through. I felt like just busy professionals, as the overall headline, because I would come into work at 8 and sometimes leave at 6:30. And then I'm on, an hour away from the gym. So it's just tough to get that in. I don't have kids or anything, but, I want to keep a certain level of fitness. And it was just really difficult. So I think this level of coaching, this type of coaching, to be online or on mobile, has been great for me, because now I can kind of tailor my day how I want it. Like I brought my weights into the gym, or if somebody wanted to do it from their garage, or, you know, in their living room in the morning, it's just like super easy. And I'm just thinking, coming into, you know, an environment like a CrossFit, it would be something that somebody could build their confidence with before they felt like they could go into the gym, even though our gym is not that type of environment. It's very
that's
inviting.
important.
But yeah, I feel like they'd be able to kind of like do some of the movements and gain some confidence before going into the gym to perform some of the.
No, that makes a lot of sense. So busy professionals who are seem to, you know, you're not, none of us are dumb. It's, hey, eat right, exercise, you're going to be okay. But
Yep.
if you are, you know, a busy working professional who has, you know, aspirations of gaining more ground in the either whether it's a corporate world or you're an entrepreneur or whatever it is, it's easy to kind of ignore that stuff, because it's like, well, I'm working 12 hours a day. What? Or I have kids and I gotta go to their baseball games or whatever. So you end up not being the priority. And we've talked about that plenty of times. So no, that's great. That's really great insight. And I think a lot of people will take to that. And that's a common theme in all of this. Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you for the time.
Of course.